This graph here comes from the Pesticide Action Network of North America, where I sit on their board of directors. You see the trends are all going the opposite way of what we would like to see in this day and age. They're all going the wrong way. Developmental disabilities are on a huge increase. Autism spectrum disorder, childhood cancers, diabetes, and again, the obesity and overweight epidemic. So just to get into some of this, the leading cause of disease-related childhood death in the United States is now cancer. Leukemia is the most common among children under the age of 20 years of age. And among children ages 19 or younger, cancer incidence rates continue to rise at a 0.6% interval each year. Looking at autism spectrum disorder, and I will add this default, there are those out there that say, well, is it really that we are diagnosing autism spectrum disorder more, or that, that there's more prevalence of it, or are we diagnosing it better? The National Institute for Environmental Health Sciences has put a lot of time and energy and great minds to this, and while certainly we are diagnosing better than we did years back, it is not the sole reason. There still is an increase in prevalence of this disorder. It's growing. It's the fastest growing developmental disability in the United States, and it receives less than 5% of the research funding compared to other childhood-related illnesses. And mostly boys are 5 times more likely than girls to have autism, so there's still a lot of unknown and a lot of research territory ground to cover there. Now, when we look at the child standard policymaking processes in this country, we've been way backwards. Our decision-making paradigm has been focused on what can an adult healthy male sustain, and then we'll set our standards at that place. Not even women, at an adult healthy male. So our standards have usually been based on an adult healthy male. The regulations do not consider the vast vulnerabilities of children and the environments that they spend a good amount of time in. The testing requirements don't consider those perspectives, and they usually assume a one-to-one chemical exposure. If any of us were to take a hair, blood, urine sample right now, unfortunately, we have a toxic soup going on. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is in our bodies. There's multiple chemicals that we are now exposed to. Kids are no different. So to be looking at chemicals individually, again, it's totally backwards, and it's a waste of research dollars, if you ask me. We need to be looking at the multiple effects that chemicals, when they combine. We need to increase the availability of data for assessing child environmental health priorities. So pesticide application, maybe annual reports, biomonitoring studies, again, where we're testing what is actually in our bodies and what they're doing, the implications of those, and being able to evaluate the various cancer clusters. Those are prime red light, targeted areas where if there's a cluster going on, there's something going on in that vicinity, in that neighborhood, in that community that has to be addressed. Second, we need to be applying cumulative impact analysis to communities that are disproportionately affected by pollution. This is our health disparities or environmental injustice piece here. There tend to be communities, this is just historical, that are overburdened by the amount of point polluting sources in their communities. It's no surprise that Georgetown doesn't have as many point polluting facilities as like a Southeast DC community. It's not a surprise that that community in Southeast has the highest rates of, some of the highest rates of asthma for the entire District of Columbia and beyond. So when we talk about enforcement, revision of permits, and setting priorities for toxic waste cleanup, we need to be considering those communities that are overburdened first, but everyone in a comprehensive way. Third, we need to identify chemicals of great concern. Again, I'm a mom of 3, we're all consumers. We want to be able to go to the grocery store, any store of your choice, and not have to sit there for 20 minutes and decide which of these products are going to be the least toxic for my family. It should be clear. There's a lot of issues that have to happen with our labeling and just general rights to know. Many consumers will send you to a website. Who's going to go to a website and, you need to buy that product then. So we have a lot of empowerment and education we need to be doing with our consumers. And also taking a comprehensive view of toxics in Maryland rather than addressing the sources. So again, the multiple cumulative effects of toxins.